Everyone, how's it going? I am making a little unusual video in regards to the Postal series. This is a video I've been wanting to make for a while now, and I'm finally glad that I'm finally starting to make it. So let's go ahead and start. Those of you who are possibly fans of the Postal series, and whether or not you're just jumping right into it, being a brand new fan and all, there's something you might or might not know. Running with Scissors, the developers of the Postal series, they've announced a brand new Postal game, and it basically serves as a spin-off. This time, it's part of the same universe. We already knew that, so but it's basically a spin-off. You know, it's a brand new adventure in the world. And the game is called Flesh and Wire. It was announced a couple months ago, and I was actually surprised to see this when I first saw it. I first saw it on X when I saw Vince Desi himself talk about it there. I follow him on X, and I noticed he was talking about it on his X profile. I think it's pretty cool that we're getting once again another Postal game. So eventually, I watched the trailer for the game. I watched it on Instagram from the RWS account, and when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, this feels cool and yet fresh and brand new. It's like, it feels really good. So allow me to give a quick summary of what Flesh and Wire is supposed to be exactly. So like I said, Flesh and Wire is a spin-off of the Postal series. Based on what I saw in the trailer, I believe it takes place in the 90s, possibly like around 97, around the time where Postal 1 was released. And instead of playing the Postal Dude this time we're playing as a completely different character, a woman named Angel. And from what we've seen in the trailer for the game, it is said that she wants revenge against the Postal Dude. She wants revenge against him because apparently he is responsible for a personal tragedy of hers. Like perhaps he killed one of her family members or someone she loved, something like that. Angel is hell-bent on killing the Postal Dude, and she's not going to rest until she finally does. Next thing you know, we see a bunch of gameplay from the trailer. It's obviously got advanced graphics because it's a modern day game, and from what I remember, it looks really great. You get to use various different types of weapons. There's a pistol, there's a submachine gun, and I noticed that in the trailer, Angel has a bunch of wires around her arms. Hence the name Flesh and Wire. So I believe it says somewhere here on the RWS website. So yeah, it said that it includes conventional weapons. Basically improvised weapons with your arms and supernatural artifacts. That's pretty obvious. So basically, something to do with the wires that are on Angel's arms. It's something that gives it a unique approach to the Postal series. I find that to be very interesting. I look forward to seeing that mechanic being used, like maybe in a nearby trailer in the future, or just when the game releases. And obviously, it's the game. When you watch the trailer for the game, it's extremely dark. It has a very dark and gloomy tone, just very horror-like. Just like with the first Postal game. Those who played the first Postal game would know just how extremely dark it is compared to Postal 2. Postal 2 was all about extremely dark and horrific tragedies, events, while Postal 2 just it still managed to stay dark, but at the same time, it took a more satirical approach. It basically started making fun of American society as a whole. Yeah, so that's a big difference between the two games. That's what it is. It feels like Postal 1, but obviously it's not Postal 1. It's a completely different spin-off series. And the Postal Dude himself has been seen. You see a silhouette of him in the background on the street with other people around. Like I said, this looks a really interesting approach. I definitely look forward to seeing more information come out about this. Obviously, there has been recent teaser trailers ever since the first trailer came out. For example, RWS released a teaser trailer called Weak Transmissions. It shows a reporter basically talking about how there's basically a whole bunch of chaos happening in the streets. People are dying. There's victims all across Arizona. It's just tragic. It's a really dark time for the people of Arizona. And then we had another teaser trailer right after that. It's titled There Are Survivors, and it explains how these non-human cultist people who are pretty much bloodthirsty maniacs, and some of them even have 4 arms. They do not look human at all. It looks really terrifying, and I find that interesting. I'm looking forward to learning more about those this group of people, how they came to form in the first place. There's a lot to this. Obviously not everything was explained in the trailer. There's other things you can learn. And it said you use unique artifacts, and I'm wondering how they're going to do that in the game. Unearthly tools. So it says here on the RWS website, they say you can document the discoveries of new weapons, strange creatures, and more in a growing tome of gruesome knowledge that is the journal. Search for secret messages and hidden recordings to piece together the truth behind the madness, and basically return to the dark primordial roots of the Postal series. The Earth is hungry. Yeah, so that's interesting. So you're gonna have a journal feature in the game. You're gonna be collecting information about things. That should be interesting. I suppose it will. So yeah, that's basically what this whole Flesh and Wire thing is about. It's a brand new Postal game that feels just like the first one, but at the same time it's different. And of course, it's a different approach with a brand new new character to play as with an interesting backstory, and I think it might be good. Maybe, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'm hoping it'll be good. So you're probably wondering, how am I specifically interested in this game? Well, those who have been subscribed to me since the beginning, they know that I'm pretty much famous because of Postal 2. That's how I started off my career. I started off by making skits of Postal 2. I would dress myself as the Postal dude and record myself doing random things as him. I made a whole bunch of those different videos, and most of them have thousands of views. My most famous Postal 2 skit, Postal 2 buys a video game, has over 30,000 views. And yeah, I have thousands of views on those videos, so many different comments, some are good, some are bad, and of course got thousands of likes. Yeah, and of course, there's a period of time when I wasn't uploading skits, but then eventually I started doing it again this year. Back in January, I uploaded Postal Dude Goes to Arby's, and that was well received by the people who watched it. And that was the first one in which I had my own video editor help me out with. That's pretty good. He helped me add a lot of references in there in the skit. I thought that was pretty cool. And then after that, the next Postal 2 somewhat skit I made was it's basically a half skit, half prank. I basically went to my high school friend's restaurant job dressed up as a Postal Dude. I want to surprise him because he told me that he prepared a unique VIP special for me at his restaurant. So I just wanted to kind of surprise him with me dressed up as a Postal Dude. And of course, like I said, he's my high school friend. He's a really great guy, and I'm glad we're friends and all. That's my my newest Postal skit as of right now. And of course, I'll definitely be making more in the future. Definitely, I'm not gonna quit anytime soon. I'm definitely making more. And of course, I discovered Postal 2 back around 2022. I watched YouTube videos on it, and I immediately decided, wow, this looks like a really fun game. I want to try it. And then I finally got my own desktop computer back in 2022. One of the first things I did was download Steam. I bought Postal 2 right there while it was on sale, and I started playing it. Next thing you know, I fell in love with it, and I started playing the hell of it too. I have over 150 hours on the game. I have over half the achievements, and I've played the main storyline so many times. I played the hell out of this game. I love it so much. It is so fun. A first-person shooter that is dark and offensive. I love the comedy behind it. I love the different weapons you could use. I love the different enemies that you come across. I love it. They did really good with this game, and obviously this game will not get made as of today. I'm glad to be able to say that I managed to play this game, and I'm glad I got to just experience it in general. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I really love Postal 2. It's definitely one of my favorite shooters of all time. But yeah, that's my history with Postal 2. So yeah, that's my history with the Postal series, and as I explained with the whole Flesh and Wire thing, I'm interested to see this game come out. So allow me to give my final thoughts on Flesh and Wire. I'm really hoping, like I've said this before, I'm really hoping this game will be good, because I like to be able to keep on trying out good new shooters that come out every now and then, because recently I don't buy a lot of games as I used to back then, because a lot of video games these days are just not that good. You have these companies who are hiring people who basically don't even like video games. They don't even know how to write anything. Their character designs are awful. And whenever I buy games these days, they most of the time they tend to be old. I rarely buy a brand new game these days. That's just how it is. So because of that, I'm really hoping to God that RWS will definitely impress us Postal fans with this game. Based on what I've seen, it looks good. Got a dark, gloomy attitude towards it. First person shooter. Graphics look good, although it might change in the future. I don't know. Gameplay looks nice. You get to use a bat, you get to use guns, you're gonna be using artifacts. I look forward to seeing that. And I look forward to seeing the Postal Dude in there. I wonder if they'll add him as a playable character. Maybe you can unlock him as a character with a bonus chapter or something, or I don't know if they will do that or not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Of course, I'm looking forward to learning more about Angel's backstory. She looks like an interesting character. She does in a sort of way, and I'm hoping she's interesting. I really hope so. Because if they're gonna do a spin-off of the Postal series where you don't play as the Postal Dude, then this character better be good. If you're not gonna have us play the Postal Dude, then at least make this playable character good. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Angel will be a character I will appreciate to play as in the game. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Of course, I'm looking to explore Arizona. I'm looking to come across these different enemies I get to fight. Yeah, I'm really hoping this will be good. And of course, I do love the music that comes from Postal, especially Postal 2. I love the songs from there. I listen to or just Postal series songs every now and then. So I'm hoping the music from this specific game will be good. I'm really hoping so. Yeah, so I have hopes, and at the same time I don't have hopes. And I don't just feel like that with this game. I feel that way with many other games as well. That's how I feel. Obviously I'm hoping RWS will learn from their mistakes in the past and adapt and basically improve and just keep on making good quality games. I hope they will provide good games when other companies don't. That's what I'm hoping. So yeah, so this game is going to be released in 2027. Next year, as I'm speaking. It's gonna be on Steam and PlayStation 5. I have both of those platforms, so I can get on either one. Of course, developed by Running with Scissors, publisher. Yeah, I really, overall, I'm hoping this game will be good. I really hope so. And if it really is good, then I'm making parodies about it in the future. I would like to, I like to have more material to work with in order to keep on making quality parodies on the internet, good videos for people to enjoy. That's how I feel about this game that's coming out. As soon as this game gets released, I will be saving up money to buy it, of course, and I will try to record myself playing it, whether it's Steam or PlayStation. I'll try to do it. I'll do it for you guys. So yeah, just keep that in mind as we go into the next year, and then more things get announced for this game. So yeah, that's how I feel about this new game that's been released or announced. Yeah, this is how I feel about Flesh and Wire. I really want to believe it'll be a good game. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about Flesh and Wire in the comment section. And if you like this video, then I think you might like my other videos as well. Because like I said, I make Postal 2 skits, and of course it's not just that. I make gameplay videos, I make unboxing videos, I make reports such as this. I make all types of videos here, but every single one has a theme. It's all about entertainment here. This channel is all about entertainment, and I'm really hoping this game will be entertaining. That way I can make a lot of videos with it. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Yep, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video, and I regret nothing. Bye everyone.